I'm trying every coffee at Aldi, so you don't have to. Today we're trying Aldi coffee. Last time we did Trader Joe's. If there's something that you want to see us try, some coffee brand or store, let us know in the comments. What's up first? Beaumont coffee. There's a hospital system in our state called Beaumont. This does not bode well for this. Classic roast, medium. Reminds me of Maxwell House, so. This could be Maxwell House. I wouldn't know the difference. It probably is Maxwell House. Diner coffee tasting. There's a little bit of nostalgia with that. Your kind of greasy spoon, diner, drinking nasty coffee. This is it. Very nondescript coffee taste. Little sour, bitter, both. Not great. I don't recommend it. I'll give it a 3. Another hospital coffee, Beaumont. Classic decaf, medium roast, from Aldi. Aldi says twice as nice. I disagree. It is not twice as nice. It's a little oily looking on top. I don't know, that's different from any other coffee that I've noticed so far, which doesn't bode well for how this is gonna taste. Actually, not as bad. Last one was worse. This has more sweetness to it, probably because of the chemical process they're using. Apparently I like the taste of the chemicals better than the actual coffee that they roasted. Kind of same nondescript coffee flavor, a little more sweetness than the last canister that we tried. A little caramelization, kind of tastes a little stale still, but I gave it a 3. The other one should be a 2. Breakfast blend as a rooster, just in case you have chickens, I guess. Medium roast, pre-ground. Most of Aldi coffee is pre-ground. We have a couple whole bean, kind of a bummer. Whole bean's typically better. This says, discover your passion, your true passion for everything coffee. If you're gonna do that, don't buy your coffee at all. Rainforest Alliance, brighter, lighter. It's kind of, it tastes stale. A little more brightness, kind of that morning coffee. It's not something that I would choose, but a little better than the last 2 I tried. I'll give it a 4. What's next? Donut store blend. I assume this is their version of a famous donut brand. Maybe it's actually the same coffee. I'm sure Aldi does not roast their own coffee. They get it packaged for them. We'll try it and see how it tastes. Green pepper, like disgusting. I do not like that in coffee at all. That is gross. Don't drink it. Not quite as bad when you drink it, but that is gross. I give it a 2. Why? Why? No. The punishment continues. House blend, medium ground. Still trying to discover my true passion for coffee. It is sadly lacking. Not as bad as the last one. More balanced, some sweetness, some acidity. After trying the last coffees, I would not expect they could even make a coffee this good. This is better. It's not great, but way better than the last. Just more balanced. It's still kind of more generic brown coffee liquid diner style, but doesn't taste like green peppers or anything completely gross. That's good. Hints of nuttiness. I'll give it a 5. Fancy coffee, fair trade, Guatemalan coffee, smooth and exotic. It's really not exciting. This well-balanced blend results in a nutty aroma and smooth finish. It is much smoother than the other coffees I tried. They weren't completely lying. I'd call this one very mellow, not a lot of acidity. It's been pretty tamed down somehow. Not super dark, definitely a medium. Underdeveloped flavor from the roast. Not amazing, some sweetness. If you don't like acidity in coffee, this is probably a good one for you. More well-balanced, not a ton of acidity. I give it a 5. Back to the hospital coffee with Beaumont. 100% Columbian, kind of same format with the canister. Seems like pretty similar to Maxwell House style format, so maybe a same packaging company that's roasting and packaging for them as does for Maxwell House. Definitely more roasty. It says medium dark. I'd say that's appropriate. Not a lot of body to it, kind of more thin. It's kind of a cigarette-y type dark, not super ashy, but just like starting to trend towards like cigarette smoke or like an ashtray. No, it's not that bad. I'm just being maybe a touch dramatic. Not a lot of sweetness, kind of dry, a little bitter, roasty, ashy. I give it a 2. Fair Trade certified Sumatra. Complex and earthy. This complex coffee blend offers earthy array of flavors, including hints of spice, molasses, and herbal notes. Very common Sumatra type taste, darker, definitely a little earthy, roasty, some sweetness though coming through. And the molasses sort of like not completely unpleasant. If I was gonna drink this at home, I'd put cream in it and I'll give it a 6. Midnight Blend, dark roast. I don't think it'll put me to sleep, but maybe that's how dark it is. It smells really dark. That's not the worst dark coffee I've smelled, for sure. Definitely dark, but it smells like it could have some sweetness. Yeah, this reminds me of a darker coffee we used to buy at my old shop. Not terrible, not as much sweetness as you could get from a dark coffee. It's a little burnt brown sugar. Hints of like a almond, and you really like toasted the crap out of that almond. Just not a lot of sweetness, kind of on the drier side, thin body. I'll give it a 3. Today's video is brought to you by QUICKWATER Coffee, a local small micro batch roastery in the outskirts of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Air roasted, which preserves a lot of the inherent flavors and qualities and characteristics of the coffee. I might be biased, but this is some of the best coffee that I've had. That bias comes because I happened to start that company. So today we're looking at the lineup that they have currently. First up is Columbia, kind of an all-day coffee. It's a little bit on the darker side, kind of caramely, sweet. If you like cream, this is a good one for you. Next up, Deep Current. This is an espresso blend, so it's gonna be the darker of the coffees that are available, designed to pair well with milk, especially through an espresso machine, or if you just like your hair to kind of stand up when you drink coffee. I'm just kidding, it's not that dark. Dayspring. So this is an all-day blend, kind of designed to be drank straight up or with milk, whatever your preference is. And let's be honest, you're not gonna just drink it in the morning. That's why it's an all-day blend. This is one of the single origins, so these rotate pretty frequently. This one is Mexico from the Chiapas region. It's gonna be sweeter, cane sugar, some candy pecan, that kind of flavors. Really nice coffee. I like that one a lot. Then last but not least, we saved the best for last because some people love this. A natural process or dry process Ethiopia. So this one is from your chef, raspberry, blueberry, peach notes. This is one of the nicest Ethiopian coffees I've had in a long time. Delicious. So if you want some good coffee, be sure to check out quickwatercoffee.com. We'll have a link for some sort of discounty type thing right here. Check it out. All right, on to the coffee tasting. Cafe Morro espresso, finer grind designed for maybe a stovetop espresso maker. If you're truly a home espresso aficionado or really even a home user, I would not recommend buying any pre-ground coffee for that. It's just not gonna be great. Puerto Rico Coffee Roasters. It's kind of messy, probably because it's vacuum packed like a brick. It doesn't smell great either, but it's got weird little swirlies. Darker roast, got a hint of something that I don't love, but it's also finely ground. Wouldn't be typically how you would drink it. What is that? Ooh, that was worst. Do not drink this as a regular filter coffee. It is terrible. I give it a 2. Another brick pack. I'm not sure why they package them like this. I think at least to make you think that it's fresher because it's been vacuum sealed. Doesn't smell as bad as it could. Smoother, it's dark, but not as dark as some of the other ones. They say they live and breathe the whole experience. I don't know what that means. It's got a little funk to it. Surprising for being a darker roast. It's got some weird flavors in this one. Not totally unpleasant. Maybe like a darker, more complex coffee. I don't recommend it still, but I give it a 5. French roast. Probably their darkest roast that they have. It's got like an Eiffel Tower on the bag. Its lore is that the French drank really dark coffee, but they typically always mixed it at least half with milk. A darker coffee works better for that. That would make me think this is probably not something that you want to drink without a lot of cream in it. Yeah, not great. Getting to that carbonization level. There's still a little sweetness because of that, but it's also starting to taste charcoal brick. Sweet charcoal brick, is that a thing? That would hold up well to cream. Not the worst dark coffee I've tasted. Definitely not the worst coffee from Aldi. I give it a 4. Here we have Simply Nature, Aldi's organic line. Organic, single origin, whole bean from Peru. I'm hopeful that this is one of the better coffees from Aldi. Can't really go down too much farther from where we've been. High grown. Don't see any tasting notes per se. I'll make some up, don't worry. Yeah, that's not bad. Definitely lighter, brighter. If you like lighter, brighter, kind of morning style, breakfast style coffees. This is not bad. Whole bean. Some acidity, lacking a little sweetness maybe. I'd say tamarind, bordering on like sour, like from the brightness, but definitely not underdeveloped. A little bit of a citrus undertone. Hints of sweetness. I give it an 8. Here we have another fair trade organic. This one's from Honduras, single origin, whole bean, strictly high grown. The best coffees tend to be grown at high elevations. Higher the coffee is, the harder it is for it to grow. Coffee tends to like a very moderate climate, so the higher the elevation, the more moderate the growing temperature. So this is grown in the mountains of Honduras, about 4,400 feet. Not sure what that is in meters. Typically higher elevation coffees do tend to be a better quality coffee. Still a lot of factors that go into that. Processing, are the coffee cherries picked while they're ripe? How are they processed? Not bad. It's got a little more funk or something a little more off than the last one, the Peru. Kind of similar acidity structure, pretty well rounded, some sweetness, some acidity, a little more lemon on this. Overall, not bad. If you're gonna go with one of the two, I recommend the Peru, not the Honduras. I give it a 7. I tried all these non-flavored coffees from Aldi, and there is one clear winner. Most of them are really bad. If you had to buy coffee from Aldi, the clear winner is this Peru. Not bad, Aldi. Especially after trying all those other nasty coffees. This tastes even better after that. So is it good? I don't know, but these are so bad that this one tastes amazing. If you like these coffee tasting videos, like and subscribe. We want to hear from you on what coffees you would want us to try next. Just remember, it's only coffee.